I will give you an in-depth tutorial of the Curtains Calculator application, how to calculate and manage the orders, how to create simple and detailed quotes, how to create workshop information for your manufacturers. The home page of the application is your orders page, where you can see the current status of your orders. The color of the order indicates the status, whether the order is in hold or estimate mode, in process, completed, or declined. Also, you can adjust the orders you are working on at the very moment. For example, you can click on the order like so and create a duplicate order with different fabrics or other details to create a variety of price and product options for your client to choose from. In this section, once the order is completed, you can download it as a CSV file and upload it to your ERP or any accounting system. The bar you see on the left is a menu bar, where you can access the calculator as well as the orders page you are on right now. You can also access all the settings for the fabric library, makeup costs and terms and conditions page. I will show you where I use all of them in a moment. To see more on the settings and how to adjust them, please watch our instruction video on settings. The calculator is designed so that you can turn it on once you start your interaction with a potential customer that just entered your store, and close it once you let your customer leave with an offer they are most satisfied with. Also, you send the workshop information on the order you just made to your manufacturing team before the customer closes the door behind them. So to start the order, you either press the little plus icon here or press the calculator icon in the menu bar. In the top left corner, you see the client section. The calculator asks you whether it's a returning client to choose from the database or if it's a new client, so you choose accordingly. In this case, we will choose a new client, and the calculator then asks us whether the client is a person or a company, a B2C or B2B customer. If we choose them to be a company, more fill-in options will appear. Once we have all the information about the client, we enter all the rooms we will use for the project. The name for the room can be chosen from the drop-down box, if you wish to give it a name like bedroom or kitchen. Or if it's a unique project, you can name it manually. Then once we are in the room, we start adding treatments for it. Our application can work with any bespoke treatments you offer to your clients, and we can install to your account every single one that you use. For this example, we will choose pleat curtains, and we have an option to choose whether it's sheer or shade. So in this case, I will choose sheer curtains. Once we choose the type, the calculator then asks if we want to calculate curtains with vertical or horizontal borders, and if so, what type of combination we need. In this case, I will use a single fabric curtain, but you can choose otherwise. Here, as you can see, are all the details regarding this specific window treatment, so I'll try to go swiftly through all of them. First, we name this specific treatment. Then we enter a description for this specific treatment. As an example, on one window can be installed shears and curtains or blinds and curtains, so it's better to name your window. In this case, we will enter window 1. If you work with a large project, like a hotel or a cruise ship, and you need multiple numbers of the same treatment, just enter the number here under the price. Then we choose if the curtain is single or pair. We choose the heading from our library, which we upload in the makeup cost section I mentioned before. The fullness of the curtain adjusts on the heading, but you can adjust it manually if needed. Then we enter the drop and the width of the curtain. Keep in mind that the width in this case is not the width of the fabric, but the width of the pole or rail the curtain will be installed. The width of the fabric will be calculated automatically. If pooling is required for this specific treatment, click Yes and enter the number of centimeters you need for pooling. Then we enter the fabric details. You can choose the fabric from the library if you have a business or enterprise plan, or just enter all the details manually from the information sheet provided by the fabric manufacturer if your plan is individual. This time I will enter everything by hand. So we enter the fabric number, color, price per measurements, width and roll direction. After that, we enter the pattern repeat details provided by the manufacturer, if the fabric has a pattern on it of any kind. Then we choose whether the curtain will be lined, unlined or interlined, and we choose the fabrics for the lining accordingly. After that, we choose the number of weights used in the corners of the curtain. The number changes based on whether the curtain is cut or not, but you can adjust it manually if needed. So we go to treatment services and we'll choose any of these treatment services we will be required. You can choose some from the library, as installation cost or designer's consultation, workshop labor, trimmings, etc. The notes section is for your manufacturers you are working with, so enter all the information for your manufacturers you need to tell about this specific treatment. So the purpose of this note section is to eliminate your communication with your manufacturers within the emails or phone calls. And finally, we enter all the treatment parameters and click the Save button. And if we scroll up, you can see the final price for this specific treatment that you can show to your customer. If the price is not to the customer's satisfaction, you can adjust it immediately by clicking the Edit button and tweak the price by changing the fullness of the curtain, the fabric used for the project, or any other detail, keeping other settings in place until your customer is happy with the price you are offering and you won't let them leave unsatisfied. Once the customer is happy with the price, you can click the down pointing arrow here and see all the details, all the information about this specific treatment and cost that come within it. If the room we are in or any other room needs the same or a very similar treatment, you can press these three little dots and copy the treatment to be pasted in any of the rooms like so, and make adjustments to it if you wish to do so. Also, by pressing on the same three dots, you can give a discount to this specific fabric. If your customer is happy with the final prices of the treatment, we can jump to the quote section, where we can see a finished quote for our customer to see and sign. All we have to do is to choose the terms and conditions you need for this contract for our drop-down box, enter the quote number, choose the dates for the deadlines, and print the quote immediately or download it and email to your customer to look through. Also, you can choose whether you wish to see the quote as simple, detailed, or explicit, depending on their request. If your customer starts haggling and asks for the discount, you can give it to them by clicking on the final price in the top right corner. Otherwise, the discount option is hidden and your client won't be able to see it. If the client decides to make a down payment, you can simply enter the amount in the window here, print the contract and give it to the client to sign. Once the down payment is done and your client signs the quote, you can jump to the workshop section. Here, as you can see, are all the details for your manufacturing team. If your manufacturing department is outsourced, you can simply choose to hide all the prices with just a click of a button. You can print or download your workshop information and you can see all the information for your manufacturers. With just a click of a button, you can choose to go into your worksheet page. In your worksheet page, you will see all the information about your fabrics, so you no need to go through your order to enter all the fabrics you need to cut or need to order from your suppliers. So simply with just a click of a button, you can print a worksheet information or you can download it. So that is how you use Curtains Calculator in your everyday work. Save time on meaningless scribbles and labor, concentrate on your creativity and unleash it. If you wish to use our calculator, order it today on our website under the pricing section. And if you still have any questions or would like to see our application in more details, let's book a demo call and be prepared to talk about your business. We are curious about all the ways we can help your company grow and unleash its creativity to the maximum.